Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is John with Addicted to Fishing, and today we got a little JDM unboxing, and it's going to be something that I'm going to cover my JDM baits. Sorry guys, my pupper just decided to come in. You coming in? You want to come say hi? No? Guess he doesn't want to stay in. Anyway, we got a little JDM unboxing. All but one of the baits I'm going to cover kind of into detail, kind of tell you what they are. I got another one of the little Lucky Craft Japan rattle trap lipless crank, and I'm going to go through these, show you what I got, then we're going to kind of break them down. I've got a couple here that are not Lucky Craft Japan, so we're going to kind of break down our first kind of like category as well. These are the Lucky Craft Beef Freeze. This one, I had to use a translator. They called this one multi-root beer. Again, that's what they called multi-root beer. Don't worry guys, some of these we're going to take out of the package in a little bit. Here's another Beef Freeze and what they called blue-black chartreuse. And to me, it's got kind of that fire tiger pattern as well. Good, I just called that blue back. The next ones are in their flash minnow. This first one is MS Smelt. And again, I had to use a translator. I'm sorry, let me go back here. These Beef Freezes. One of them is 48 millimeter. The other one is 65 millimeters. They're pretty little guys. These next two on the flash minnow. This first one is 80 millimeters and what they called MS Smelt. MS Smelt, you can see there it's got a nice scale pattern to the side. The next one they called Real Purple Chartreuse Smelt. It is 80 millimeter. Really good looking colored bait. Again, guys, I'll take some of these out in a minute. The next group of them, I have 5 of them. All 5 different colors. 58.5 millimeter. This one they called Beams Green. Kenkarua, 58.5 millimeters. Kind of a gold with an orange belly, black back. This one is Pearl IU, 58.5 millimeter. Got kind of a green back and that IU color. Next one is Plasma Silver Black back, 58.5 millimeter. The last one is Real Purple Smelt, 58.5 millimeter. Okay, these are all from Lucky Craft Japan. And that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. Here's the Plasma Silver black back out of the package. You can see that's a really small jerkbait. It's listed as a bevy shad, but when you translate it, it comes up to baby shad. Real nice little light wire, sticky sharp hooks. Great looking bill, great details to them. These are all going to be fishers. Another one in that category is from Missouri. This is the 30RX jerkbait, 80 millimeter, and an SP. A little bit bigger. And the last one in this category is a Beef Freeze I don't know what this color is off the top. It's a B-Freeze SP. I'm guessing it's an 80 millimeter as well. This one is in the short bill. So what are we looking at here, guys, and what are we going to talk about? So this is all about finesse jerkbait fishing. Not just jerkbaits in general, but just jerkbaits. So we'll go with the B-Freeze. We'll just go with some of the ones that are open. What I'm doing for these guys is I'm throwing them on a light tackle, either a spinning rod or my little Bass Pro Shop. Let me get the rod. The Bass Pro Shop casting rod that I got. That's got that 70 MGL on it. The Shimano SLX 70 MGL. The rod, I've got a micro chatterbait on it right now. It's a Bass Pro Shop. Cast 1/16 a half ounce. 7-foot medium light fast action. Again, underneath that cover is that Shimano SLX 70A with that MGL3 spool. And it casts these little micro lures on this setup really effectively. Or you can go straight BFS gear or straight spinning gear. And you're meant to work them just the same as a regular full-size jerkbait. But the advantage to coming out with, you know, these little 2 to 3 inch jerkbaits, or the ones that are about 4 inch versus a full-size jerkbait, is you're getting that downsized profile. And a lot of the areas where I'm at, these little downsized profile baits are key for picking up a good amount of bites. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're throwing a full-size jerkbait, let me see if I can find my jerkbait box to kind of give you an example or a comparison. There might be a couple other smaller jerkbaits in here, but I'm trying to keep my full-size jerkbaits and my smaller jerkbaits to the side. But we'll pull this. This is kind of the, in a lot of people's minds, this is the gold standard to the jerkbait world. Of course, there's all 4 of them are hooked together. Don't ask me the colors. I've thrown the boxes away a long time ago, and I'm just not up on the colors as I'm not a collector. I don't care the colors. Care about what the bait will do for me. But this is kind of the gold standard for a lot of people on a jerkbait and how jerkbait should be. This is the Megabass Vision 110, a regular 110, and then you compare that to the B-Freeze, you can see quite a bit of difference. Now, what leads me to throwing a downsized jerkbait versus a full-size profile jerkbait, even if you were to compare it to you know, any of your full-size jerkbaits. These just happen to be Rogues. I've got plenty of different styles. Rapala. Most of the other ones that I have are Rapala. Is on some of these highly pressured ponds that I'm fishing, or when the time of the year I'm trying to match that hatch, get that size better. This is a lot closer to some of the size of the bait fish in my ponds. Plus, when I'm coming behind people throwing a full-size jerkbait, this size jerkbait just seems to produce a lot more catches. I'm not going to say it absolutely outshines a Vision 110, but when you're looking to downsize, these are key baits for downsizing. Even this little flash minnow. Okay, this is 80 millimeters, so it's about 30 millimeters smaller than a Vision 110. Let's see if I get this puppy out of the box. This is that real purple chartreuse smelt. Again, I don't buy baits just to hang them on the wall. I buy stuff to fish them. And that's exactly what I'm going to do with all of these. I'll get these loaded up. This time of year is a great time of the year when that water's cooler to be throwing a jerkbait. That little flash minnow. That's a great downsized profile bait. And you can see that versus the bevy shad. The bevy shad's even smaller. And even compare it to the beef freeze, the bigger profile, big beef freeze. You can even see this size comparison to them. Again, and against the Yozuri. This little minnow profile is absolutely fantastic. I love downsizing, and if you will, finesse jerkbait fishing. Great way to catch them. The other beef freeze, of course, I've got two of them in two different sizes. And again, guys, you have to downsize your gear, your line. You know, these are something that I'm gonna throw on 8-pound mono. Yes, I do use mono. I like to keep that bait a little higher in the water column. A lot of these ponds I'm fishing aren't very deep. This one has the big bill on it. And Lucky Craft, just like most other JDM style baits, I kind of get a kick out of what they write on them. This one, it says Jerkbait minnow. And this is that one they called Blueback Chartreuse. As you can definitely see, it's got that fire tiger, orange belly, real transparent. Great little bait. Not much of a rattle to it. But again, as we're getting that little downsized profile, like a Megabass Junior or 110 Junior. Probably even a little smaller. I'm going to go even smaller. Same bait, just yet another smaller profile. This is what they called that, what was it? Multi-root beer. The beef freezing that multi-root beer. You can see this even versus the bevy shad. You're talking small stuff. You know, this is stuff you're going to throw on 6 to 8 pound mono, 8-pound fluoro. I actually was throwing this on a spinning reel. It's got 10-pound Yozuri braid, real thin diameter braid. And we're tying it to an 8-pound Trilene Sensation. It's a high sensitivity nylon copolymer line. I've got that in the 8-pound, and then when I go ultra finesse, we go down to a 4-pound. Also along that lines, we could go to that little humpback minnow. A little bit bigger profile. Definitely a different style of bait. This is the Wanderer and green chartreuse from Lucky Craft Japan. A lot of cool JDM stuff. If you guys aren't familiar with the JDM market and how that's all working and revolving, you're really missing out on a lot of stuff, because the Japanese fishermen have to keep evolving faster than we ever think about evolving. So they're continually coming out with new products. Try not to let this video get too long, guys, but we really want to cover some of these little JDM baits. We just did an unboxing / tackle breakdown for you all in one video. This is something I'm going to try to do more of, is break down some specific baits. We're just talking about micro jerk baits, or BFS jerk baits, if you will. This is another one of them flash minnows. This is that MS Smelt. Great looking bait. It's got a lot of scaling on the side. You can see that. Great little bait. Not only are these going to be good for, I'm primarily catching largemouth on them. Great bait for downsizing for smallmouth, spotted bass. You're going to catch walleye, saugeye, sauger, white bass. You're going to catch a ton of different things on these. I'm going to be targeting largemouth bass primarily. Let's go see these bevy sheds real quick. Get you a better look at some of these. I'm not going to open all 5, 6 other ones. Let's open up this one. This is definitely a different color. This is what they call that Beams green. A lot of these are floating, which I really prefer. A couple of my major place that I go fishing is full of hydrilla. So having something that's going to float, keep it higher in a water column is going to work out perfect for me. This time of the year, this little jerk bait is just killer. Don't be fooled. You're not just looking for little 1-pounders or just catching a pile of fish. My biggest fish I caught so far on one of these guys is about 4 pounds. But anyway, guys, that's a quick breakdown on finesse jerk baits. So definitely a great way to catch fish in the cold water. You know, there's a plethora of different ways that you can fish them. People have different opinions on if you reel them down and then you start jerking, or if you start jerking right away. Either way, I don't seem to think a bunch of difference in it. Maybe if you're out fishing in deeper water. I really like the transparency on that. Got a little subtle knock to it. We're being really, really ultra finessey. But anyway, if you're out fishing over deep ledges or something, out on a boat, you're going to probably want to get these baits a little deeper. I'm going to say these guys all dive up to about 5 feet. They're all about 4 grams, 4.5 grams. But where I'm fishing off the bank in some small ponds. I generally cast them out, give them a couple cranks, and then I start working them. I can work them really fast or work them really slow. What you're looking to get out of that bait, I'm sure most of you know how to fish a jerk bait. If you're wanting to get that real erratic, you can fish these just like we did back in the 80s with the regular Rapalas, little Rapala minnow. You can just straight crank them back in, and they do perfectly fine with that. But this time of the year, that jerk pause, get that bait to kill, really can be key for you. So don't be afraid to do that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Like I said, I'm gonna try to break down some more stuff on a better basis like this, where I'm actually doing some lure specific type talks. Again, this was just a Lucky Craft JDM haul, and then we broke down finesse jerkbait fishing. Comment down below, let me know your favorite little finesse jerkbait fish, or way to fish that, you know, what you're fishing for the small finesse jerkbaits. Are you fishing just a Vision 110 Junior? What's your favorite? I just showed you pretty much my favorites. I actually don't have any other really finesse type jerk baits that I throw. It's all pretty much these JDM jerk baits from Lucky Craft. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, share the video, comment, like, do all that good fun stuff. Let's keep traveling up the road to 500 subscribers. Thanks, and we'll see you in the next one.